What's up, people? I think one of my New Year's resolutions next year is going to be just to stay away from the cues. This thing is just... I woke up this morning and I had the Speak and Spell voice in my head. You guys remember Speak and Spell? Just dating myself again, right? Speak and Spell was the coolest thing ever. It was like your first home computer. You were able to spell things and all kinds of funny doodads. There was a math one and a reading one. All right, long story short, I don't know if you guys know about my cousin Stuart. A lot of you guys might be new to the program. But my cousin Stuart, you may think I'm a geek. This guy is like Napoleon Dynamite without any redeeming qualities. It's hanging out with a neurotic guy. Just to put it in perspective, yesterday we went out to this restaurant and we hung out with his friends. Once a year we get together, and him and his friends, and it's just hilarious. And yesterday we went to this real fancy, hardcore, trendy restaurant called STK, somewhere on like literally West 12, something like that. And it was one of those places you walked in and I immediately felt inadequate. Everyone's dressed to the hilts, music's pumping. Now, my wife and I, we always disagree with the volume of the music, okay? This restaurant made the music so loud that it was like a club, but there you are trying to have dinner at the same time. And it's just not I've never in my life thought I would ever say, turn the music down. But yesterday was that day, because I'm trying to eat, but at the same time, it was like the soundtrack of my life. I'm hearing songs that I would be jumping around to and dancing if I was able to, because there's no dance floor there. It's a restaurant, but it kind of looks like a club, but it's not. It's a restaurant. So I'm just getting up out of my seat. I'm looking around and just having a good old time. And next thing you know, Marty Stottlemeyer's there. I don't know what his first name is, but apparently I was like, hey, that's Stottlemeyer. So I could care less that whoever he is. So after people were getting done taking pictures of him and all that, I woke up to him. I was like, are you Patrick Ewing? And he had to do a double take because he's just used to just saying, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much.
I'm like, you're Patrick Ewing, right? That was terrible when you lost the championship to the Rockets, because he was definitely fouled underneath the hoop. It was just unfair to you and the team.
He's like, yeah, okay. He's like, all right, man, have a good night. The funny thing is, the reason I did that was because, first of all, I don't care about meeting Stottlemeyer. Secondly, if by any chance he remembers that night out yesterday, he'll be telling his friends that some little white dude came up to him thinking that he was Patrick Ewing. So I've made an impression on him. I'm not just one of these guys just going to stand there and take a picture with him. But the funniest part of the story is, I don't know if my cousin Stuart, he's a TMZ douchebag stalker kind of guy. He's actually been on TMZ. He's been on all these other movies. These TV shows about, trying to get autographs and whatnot. The thing is, he's always the guy that,
and check out this guy. This guy gets in Jack Nicholson's way, and Jack Nicholson almost punches him in the face. Blah, 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 blah.
And they put big arrows pointing to my cousin in the crowd. He once jumped in front of Kim Cattrall's limo, because he doesn't try to get one autograph. He tries to get, it'd be cool if you played it off like you were a fan, you get an autograph. He goes there with 7 different glossies. And the funny thing is, he was with the guy that he does this stalking with yesterday at this restaurant. Next thing you know, Stottlemeyer's there. This kid jumps out of his seat. Next thing you know, he comes back with 12, these huge glossies of Stottlemeyer. I'm like, you just had that in your car? And then my cousin, who's got balls of steel, just walks up to the guy while he's having dinner and asks him for an autograph. Not just one, but 3 autographs. If I was Stottlemeyer right now, I'd be like, beat it, kid. But it was just hilarious. Now, the best part of the entire night was, not to mention just the slamming bass in this place, trying to have my skirt steak, one of the most underrated steaks, okay? I know it might be a little bit chewy and not pleasant to some of you, but the skirt steak's making a comeback. I'm a big fan of the skirt steak. So I'm trying to eat my skirt steak, and this bass is just slamming. But the best part is that we had, it was a $1,000-something bill, right? And it was like, I'm a Jew. And I know there's somebody out there that hates when I qualify being cheap with being a Jew. But that's what I know. Understand? That's what I know. I know that my families are all Jewish. And every time there involves a bill, it's like a catastrophe is broken out. They got to break it down per person. They break it down what everybody actually ate. They break it down for each individual. It's not, okay, there's 6 of us. The bill is what? We'll divide it by 6. No, it always has to be per person. They're breaking out abacuses. They're breaking out all kinds of, sine, cosine, tangent kind of mathematical formulas to break up the bill. I thought I've seen anything. I thought I've seen everything up until yesterday. So 10 minutes go by, 20 minutes go by, and these kids are still trying to figure out the bill. All right, so I'm like, I got to get up. So I'm jamming away. I'm talking to people at the table next over. We're having a good time. I go over to the waiter. I'm like, let me ask you a question. You've been a waiter for a good amount of time. And, he's trying to be proper about it because he's a good waiter. I'm like, have you ever seen anything like this? What's the record for someone trying to figure out a bill? And he didn't know how to respond to me. I'm like, no, it's all right. I need this. This is comedy fodder for me. What's the record? Is there a record that somebody's wasted sitting here trying to get the bill done? And it's just like 20 minutes go by. I think it was a half an hour. Them sitting there trying to divide $1,200 amongst 8 people. I don't know what exactly they were figuring out, but it was just genius. Working. Calculator, pen, crib notes. It was unbelievable. And it's just, now, I'm going to try to gather some. And Corey, if you're out there, what you need to do, I'm going to send you his name, and you go out there, and if you can make a cut-up video of him stalking Kim Cattrall and Jack Nicholson, and every time he's been on TMZ, because the dude's famous. My cousin's like pseudo-famous. So I was like, you've been on TV, you should get a website, TMZstalkerdouchebag.com. You're a hero to the TMZ Stalker Douchebag crew. I was like, you should milk that, baby. All right, back to the market. I don't know why, but I remained short the cues yesterday because when the market starts just melting up like that, there's no telling where it's going to stop. So you just have to sit and wait it out. And right now, apparently everything's good again, right? I'm just going to have to wait till everything becomes bad again. Now I know everybody out there, I like when people get philosophical with me and they become helpful and they want to try to help me out. There's no help here. Even if I isolate, but my problem is basically that of a gambler. Okay? I don't push the bets when they need to be pushed, and then I double down when I shouldn't be doubling down. Not in that exact scenario, but the thing is, my winners are plentiful. You would think things were going really, really well. It's just that those losers make the winners terrible. Like I was selling those puts on the GLD, and then I did one naked call that I got stupid on, and I wanted to not cover before expiration, and I got hurt by it. Now the question is, we were talking about the GLD. I saw the double top. I saw the blow off top. I saw that I should get back in short. It's not like I didn't see that. There you're questioning my intelligence. We talked about it in the chat room. Even got an email about nice call on the short of the GLD. See, these are the situations that instead, what I believe I'm going to have to do is just trade one share. I want to know if the magic will work with one share. I'll buy one share, sell one share, and tell you I sold out of it, and let's see if it continues to go up. Or does it have to be a meaningful position? That's the question right now. That will be the question. It's a philosophical thing. It's a spiritual thing. We never know what's going to happen until we're in the heat of the moment, right? We will know. But right now, whatever you may think of me, and I know, and the funny thing is that when Corey cuts up the videos, and I don't understand how many people, I appreciate you disliking it. Maybe you're disliking those videos because you think it's insulting me. Okay? I'm so secure in myself. I may not like myself, but overall, I'm pretty happy. Happy as a fucking madman.
There he went again, cursing. You said you weren't gonna curse.
And I try not to curse. So the other day, I accidentally called my son a douchebag. He's an 8-year-old child. And he was being a douche. So I said D-bag. And he knows what that means. He hears other people saying bad things. So he's like, why you? He's like, you called me a D-bag. He starts laughing. I'm like, no, actually, I called you a T-bag. He's like, what's a T-bag? I'm like, you know what? I called you a D-bag because I'm not about to start getting into what teabagging is with my 8-year-old son, even though he'll probably learn that. He's going into the 3rd grade. Third grade's that crossover age where you start mingling with the elderly, a little bit older kids, and you start learning things that only you should be learning in the 3rd grade. So that's that. 10 minutes, people. 10 minutes. And did we even talk about stocks?
I thought this was supposed to be about stocks.
On Friday, we have another lovely member coming in to join the Hit the Bid family, Shelly. She is a stunning Asian lady from Texas. So she has a Texas accent, yet she's Asian. And I've never seen that before. It's exotic. It's exotic and funny. So she's going to be doing some stuff. We're going to have a little bit of interview with her. And every time we meet a new girl on the Hit the Bid program, what we're going to do is I'm going to interview them so you can see the interview. Because a lot of times, that's the best part. You don't see all the interviews. And I've junked a lot of the... I have about 20 hours of tape when we used to do these auditions for our spokesmodel when we tried to do an infomercial, which we're going to do finally. But hilarity. Some of these girls, they think they're so smart, they think they're so pretty, they think they're so awesome at what they do, and I talk to them and they just got nothing to say. And of course we have Jack back in the family. Wait till you guys meet Jack. He's a 65-year-old man who has basically gone the last 7 years trying to come up with a mathematical formula based on the horoscopes and the astrological patterns of the world, of the universe, to gauge what the market's going to do. And he says he has a revolutionary breakthrough. And we're going to talk to Jack probably on Friday also. So Friday we're going to meet some new players. You're going to meet Ed, my elder brother. I'll call him my brother for now. It's simple as that. Looks like me. We have the same attitudes. But apparently Ed said he's not drinking or smoking anymore. So I don't know what that's all about. I called him to come out and hang out with Cousin Stuart yesterday. He says he's trying not to drink or smoke. I said, I guess when I'm 50, I'll be trying not to drink or smoke either. So, all right, 12 minutes. It's just how much can you take, right? But what you're going to take, people, and don't ever forget this, is when it becomes serious and when you want to learn something and you have questions, all you got to do is email me and you get the serious side. People are like, wow, I didn't know you actually could speak like that on the phone. It's like the racist comment that I get to hear every once in a while. Like when I'm around racist people and they don't know they're racist. Like let's say for instance, we met this football player at a restaurant one time, right? Big guy. Next thing you know, he's talking to us, and he's great dude, and we're just we're having a conversation, and the next thing you know, my cousin says to me, he speaks pretty well. That's racist, you understand? Because you're implying that all black men don't speak well. He speaks pretty well. I'm like, that's racist, right? And the funny thing is, I'm the only Jew in the family. I'm married into Italian family, some Scandinavians, some Germans, a little bit of Scots-Irish. So I just can't imagine what they must have said about the Jews before I showed up on the scene. All right, let's see you. See you later. Remember this.
You.
I would much prefer Krull.